Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving into one of the biggest topics of our time. Artificial intelligence. You've heard the word everywhere, but do you really know what it means for your future? A few years ago, AI was just a buzzword in sci-fi movies. Robots taking over the world. Computers becoming smarter than humans. But today, AI isn't fiction anymore. It's sitting in your pocket, your car, and even your kitchen. Think about it. Every time you unlock your phone with your face, that's AI working behind the scenes. Every time Netflix recommends a show you end up loving, that's AI studying your habits. Even your email filtering out spam automatically. Yes, that's AI too. Quietly doing its job. We've become so used to these small conveniences that we don't even notice the intelligence behind them anymore. But here's the real question. Is this just the beginning of something much bigger? Experts say we are standing at the edge of a technological revolution. One that could be bigger than the internet itself. Some call it the fourth industrial revolution. Others call it the biggest shift in human history. Whatever you call it, one thing is clear. AI is growing faster than anyone predicted. Just a decade ago, computers could barely understand simple voice commands without making mistakes. Now, AI can write essays, create art, compose music, and even hold conversations that feel eerily human. This rapid growth has left scientists, business leaders, and everyday people asking the same question. Will AI change everything we know about work, creativity, and even what it means to be human? Let's rewind a bit and understand how we even got here. The idea of artificial intelligence isn't new. It actually dates back to the 1950s. A mathematician named Alan Turing asked a simple but powerful question. Can machines think? That single question sparked decades of research, failures, breakthroughs, and slow but steady progress. For a long time, AI development moved painfully slow. Computers just didn't have enough power. Scientists had big dreams, but the technology of that era couldn't keep up with their imagination. There were periods called AI winters, where funding dried up and progress almost came to a halt. People lost interest because the promises made about AI never seemed to come true fast enough. But then, something changed. Computing power exploded, and massive amounts of data became available. Suddenly, machines had what they needed most: data to learn from and power to process it. This combination created the perfect environment for AI to finally start living up to its potential. In the early 2010s, a breakthrough called deep learning changed everything for the AI world. Deep learning allowed computers to learn patterns on their own, without being told exactly what to look for. This was huge. Machines could now recognize images, understand speech, and even predict outcomes with impressive accuracy. From there, progress snowballed. Every year brought smarter systems, faster processing, and more surprising capabilities. Then came the moment that changed everything for the general public. The rise of chatbots, like ChatGPT. Suddenly, AI wasn't just for scientists and tech companies anymore. It was for everyone, everywhere. People could talk to a machine, ask it questions, and get answers that felt genuinely intelligent. This was the tipping point. AI went from being background technology to front-page news overnight. Businesses rushed to adopt it. Students started using it for homework. Writers used it for ideas. Even doctors began exploring how AI could help diagnose diseases faster and more accurately than before. It felt like every industry, every profession, and every household was suddenly talking about the same thing. And that brings us to today, where AI is no longer a distant dream, but a daily reality. We're living through a moment that future generations will study in history books. The question isn't really whether AI is here to stay. That much is already obvious. The real question is how far it will go, and what it means for all of us. Will it create more opportunities than it destroys? Will it make our lives easier or more complicated? Will it bring humanity closer together, or will it create new divides we haven't even imagined yet? These aren't just tech questions anymore. They're questions about our economy, our society, and our future. In this video, we're going to explore exactly that. The rise, the impact, and the uncertain road ahead. We'll look at how AI is reshaping industries, from healthcare to education to entertainment. We'll talk about the incredible opportunities this technology brings and the very real risks that come with it. And by the end, you'll have a clearer picture of what this AI revolution actually means for you. So, if you're ready, let's get into it, because this story is only just getting started. All right, let's pick up right where we left off. AI isn't just a story about technology anymore. It's a story about people, about how we work, how we learn, and how we live our daily lives. So let's start with something that affects almost everyone watching this video right now. Jobs. This is probably the topic that worries people the most when they hear the words artificial intelligence. And honestly, that worry isn't unreasonable. AI is already changing the way industries operate. Factories once needed hundreds of workers on an assembly line. Now, robots handle much of that work. Customer service used to mean long phone calls with real humans. Now, chatbots handle millions of queries instantly. Even writing, something we thought was uniquely human, is now being assisted or even replaced by AI tools. So the fear is valid. If machines can do these jobs, what happens to the people who used to do them? But here's where the story gets more interesting than just robots taking our jobs. Every major technological shift in history has followed a similar pattern of disruption and adaptation. When cars were invented, an entire industry built around horses and carriages slowly disappeared. But that same invention created millions of new jobs in manufacturing, road construction, and transportation. When computers entered offices, many traditional roles vanished, but entirely new careers emerged from that change. Programmers, IT support, digital marketers. None of these jobs existed in a world without computers. So the real pattern isn't simply technology destroys jobs. It's technology transforms the nature of work. AI is likely to follow this same path, eliminating certain tasks while creating entirely new categories of work. We're already seeing new job titles that didn't exist just a few years ago because of AI. Prompt engineers, AI ethics consultants, machine learning trainers. These careers are direct results of this shift. The challenge isn't whether new jobs will appear. History suggests they almost certainly will. The real challenge is whether people will be prepared with the right skills when those jobs arrive. This is where education and adaptability become more important than ever before in human history. The workers who thrive in this new era won't necessarily be the smartest or most experienced ones. They'll be the ones most willing to learn, unlearn, and relearn as the world keeps shifting around them. Now let's talk about something a little closer to home. How AI is changing education itself. Classrooms today look very different from the ones many of us grew up sitting in years ago. Students now have access to AI tutors that can explain concepts in dozens of different ways. If one explanation doesn't click, the AI can rephrase it instantly until it finally makes sense. This kind of personalized learning was once a luxury, only available to students with private tutors. Now, in theory, that same personalized support can be available to anyone with an internet connection. Teachers are using AI to grade assignments faster, freeing up time to focus on actual teaching. Some schools are even experimenting with AI-generated lesson plans tailored to each student's learning pace. Of course, this raises new questions too. Are students learning, or are they just getting AI to think for them? This debate is happening in classrooms and universities all over the world right now. Some educators see AI as an incredible tool that enhances human learning and curiosity. Others worry it might weaken critical thinking if students rely on it too heavily without understanding concepts. The truth, as usual, probably lies somewhere in the middle of these two extreme viewpoints. Used wisely, AI can be an incredible learning companion that adapts to each student's individual needs. Used carelessly, it can become a shortcut that skips the actual process of learning altogether. Either way, one thing is certain. Education as we know it is being reshaped in real time. Now let's shift to another area where AI is making massive waves. Healthcare and medicine. This is one of the most exciting applications of AI, and honestly, one of the most hopeful. AI systems are now able to analyze medical images with a level of accuracy that rivals trained doctors. In some cases, AI has detected early signs of diseases that human doctors initially missed completely. This doesn't mean doctors are becoming obsolete. It means they're getting a powerful new tool to work with. Imagine a radiologist reviewing hundreds of scans a day, tired, rushed, and prone to human error. Now imagine that same radiologist, supported by an AI system, flagging potential concerns instantly and accurately. That combination of human judgment and machine precision could save countless lives in the coming years. AI is also speeding up drug discovery, a process that traditionally took years and cost billions of dollars. Researchers can now use AI to predict how different chemical compounds might behave before physical testing even begins. This means potentially life-saving treatments could reach patients faster than ever before in medical history. During global health crises, this kind of speed isn't just convenient. It can be the difference between life and death. Mental health is another area where AI is quietly making a significant impact on people's lives. AI-powered chatbots now offer emotional support to people who might not have access to therapy otherwise. While these tools can never fully replace human therapists, they can provide comfort in moments of need. For someone struggling at 3 in the morning with no one to talk to, that support matters deeply. Of course, healthcare AI comes with its own set of serious ethical questions and challenges too. Who's responsible if an AI system makes a wrong diagnosis that leads to harmful consequences for a patient? Can we fully trust a machine with decisions that involve something as precious as human life? These are questions that doctors, lawmakers, and technologists are actively working to answer right now. Let's move on to another world that AI has completely transformed. The world of creativity. For a long time, people believed creativity was something uniquely and exclusively human. Art, music, writing, these were seen as expressions of the human soul that machines could never replicate. But AI has challenged that belief in ways that have surprised even the experts who study it closely. Today, AI can generate stunning artwork based on just a simple text description you type in. It can compose original music in the style of famous composers, blending genres in unexpected ways. It can write poetry, short stories, and scripts that sometimes feel genuinely moving and thoughtful. This has sparked intense debate within creative communities all around the world right now. Is AI-generated art truly art if there's no human emotion or lived experience behind its creation? Artists worry about job security, about originality, and about what happens to human creativity in this new landscape. At the same time, many creators are embracing AI as a powerful new tool in their creative process. Musicians use AI to experiment with new sounds they never would have discovered on their own. Filmmakers use AI to speed up editing, visual effects, and even generate concept art for their projects. Writers use AI as a brainstorming partner, bouncing ideas back and forth to break through creative blocks. Used this way, AI doesn't replace human creativity. It becomes a collaborator that expands creative possibilities. But there are legitimate concerns too, especially around originality, copyright, and fair compensation for human artists. Many AI systems were trained on massive data sets that included copyrighted human-made work without direct permission. This has led to lawsuits, protests, and heated debates about what's fair in this new creative landscape. Where do we draw the line between inspiration and imitation when a machine is doing the creating? These questions don't have easy answers, and they're likely to shape policy and law for years to come. Now, let's talk about something a little more personal. How AI is changing our everyday relationships. We now have AI companions, AI assistants, and even AI systems designed to simulate friendship and conversation. For some people, especially those who feel isolated or lonely, this technology offers genuine comfort and connection. For others, it raises uncomfortable questions about what happens to real human connection in an AI-driven world. If a machine can listen patiently, respond kindly, and never judge us, what does that mean for human relationships? Will people start preferring AI conversations over messy, complicated, but deeply meaningful human ones? This might sound extreme, but it's already happening in small ways all around us today. People talk to AI chatbots about their problems, their fears, and even their deepest secrets. There's comfort in knowing that a machine won't gossip, judge, or grow tired of listening to you. But there's also a risk in replacing real human empathy with something that only simulates understanding, as AI becomes more emotionally intelligent. This line between real connection and artificial connection will only get blurrier. It's something we as a society will need to think carefully about in the years ahead. Now, let's zoom out for a moment and look at the bigger picture. The global race for AI. Countries around the world are investing massive amounts of money into artificial intelligence research and development. This isn't just about economic growth anymore. It's increasingly being viewed as a matter of national power. Whoever leads in AI development could gain significant advantages in economy, defense, and global influence. This has created a kind of technological arms race between major world powers competing for AI dominance. Some experts find this competition exciting, believing it will accelerate beneficial innovation for everyone on the planet. Others find it deeply concerning, worried that speed might be prioritized over safety and ethical responsibility. When countries and companies rush to be first, important questions about safety can sometimes get overlooked. This tension between innovation and caution is one of the defining struggles of the AI era, and it's a tension we're going to explore in even more depth as we continue this series. Because understanding AI isn't just about understanding the technology itself anymore. It's about understanding the people, the power, and the decisions that will shape its future. So that wraps up part 2 of our deep dive into the rise of artificial intelligence. We've covered jobs, education, healthcare, creativity, relationships, and the global race for AI dominance. In the next part, we're going to dig into the risks, the fears, and the big, unanswered questions. Things like AI safety, misinformation, privacy, and what some experts call existential risk. Trust me, it's a conversation you're not going to want to miss. If you've made it this far, thank you so much for watching and being part of this journey with me. Drop a comment below and let me know what excites you most or worries you most about AI. So that's the big picture of AI. Incredible opportunities, real risks, and a whole lot of uncertainty. The truth is, nobody knows exactly how this story unfolds. Not scientists, not tech CEOs, not governments. But one thing is clear. AI isn't good or bad on its own. It's a tool shaped by human choices. The people who stay curious, keep learning, and adapt will be the ones who come out ahead. So will AI change everything? Honestly, it already has, and we're just getting started. The real question is how you choose to be part of that story. Thanks so much for watching this whole series with me. If you enjoyed it, hit like, subscribe, and drop a comment telling me your honest thoughts on AI. Until next time, stay curious, and I'll see you in the next video.